A lot of people been want to do this, like get up and build a house or buy a house in Jamaica. And some really, and I like said people now really want to buy a house, but it's so complicated. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people haven't bought a house in Jamaica. But building to me is actually more easier. Do you know you could build a house in Jamaica with roughly 14 to 20,000 US dollars? There is some conditions to it, but you can. A lot of people have done it. Some people are gatekeeping and some people do not share the logistics of it, but you can. There's a few things you will have to do though, which a lot of people won't tell you. Building a house in Jamaica, don't let America or Canada or anywhere else throw you out of their country. Then you wish you had started building something in your own country. Jamaica is a beautiful place to live. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Julie. I'm sorry with the way the video looked, but I'm on my way in. I don't feel so hot, but feeling better than yesterday. I'm heading home. And a lot of traffic probably ahead, but I prepare myself to do like a like a 4-hour drive, because I don't know what the road would be like from Antigua Bay going into St. Elizabeth. I wanted to stop at the bank, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time, or is it gonna be crowded in the bank, or is it even worth it to stop? This is one of the most imperative things people will not tell you. If you can travel, the first thing you will want to do is make sure that when you're buying your materials for the very first time, you're there to keep your receipts and take notes. And this is for the people that already have their land I'm talking to. Because if you don't have the land, you cannot build, obviously. So everyone's going to say it costs a lot of money to buy land, but it's still possible. And right now, if you have the time to look for a piece of land, go ahead and look for it and buy it. Because actually, I tell people not to sell their land to people, but at the same time, people will sell regardless. So if you're looking for land, I think now might be the time you could swoop in and get a little piece of something, especially if you are Jamaican and you want to go back home. And what's making it affordable is because everyone is having a deal right now as far as like a starter package for building, and it's like the perfect time for you to take advantage of it. Steel even dropped a few thousand less than last year, so did blocks. Now, if you're buying it as a package, which is where you're getting your block steel, your binding wire, your sand or mix, and your cement, you can actually get a good deal. And it's not just one place doing it anymore. It's a lot of places out there that's offering it to people. So I would say take advantage of this opportunity, which a lot of people is doing it regardless of what is going on in Jamaica with the hurricane and all. Anyway, nevertheless, if you're planning to build, you will need to be there most of the time. If you can get a chance every time to come and buy your material yourself, stay on top of your game. It's possible to stay within budget for at least 2 rooms with the money I'm talking about. And why I say that? Because most of your money is going to be for, if you do use a contractor, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to pay dearly. I'm not saying not to, but you will pay a little bit more than what I just tell you. If you use yourself, a tradesman, and a couple laborer. You could use 2 tradesmen to a couple laborer, and it moves really fast and it will get done. But you just need to know who you're using, that they have built houses before, which is a lot of people in the country area have the trade and they have built houses from scratch. And then all you have to do is go around to see what they have done. It just, for reference purposes. There's a lot of people that could also refer you to other people that, hey, that's good at it. I know a few people myself, especially if you're in the Manchester, St. Elizabeth area, there's a lot of people around that actually have the experience and they're still affordable. A tradesman will run you roughly between $9,000 to $12,000. Depends. There are some a little bit on the higher end, but you could always make a deal because remember, work is work and a man wants to get paid regardless. I want to eat. So labor is between $5,000 to $6,000. Yes, somewhere about there. And it depends on who you're using. So just remember that. And those people are the major reason why your money can escalate and depends. And that's why I said, if you can be there when the work is getting done, and most of the time, you have some good ones out there, but it's very hard to find. So I'm not going to knock everybody and say everybody a crook, everybody going to waste your time or your money. But there's a few, but there's a bunch of lousy man out there will just take your money and disappear on you. So if you can find yourself underground when you're starting, and if you could maintain coming every now and then and just stop and go like I do. I stop and go because I find out that it works better. And not only that, you could also, which I had a few good people at times, and but some people you can't trust with your money, especially not in this time and day and age, like grandparents, and I said not this day, time. So you have to really think about what you're about to do. So a lot of people will say, like, why people would want to go back to Jamaica. I feel like everybody should think about where they come from. With where I go on under this world, especially where I go on in America right now, with every day you get up is something new, the stress. A lot of people been wanting to do this, like get up and build a house or buy a house in Jamaica. And some really, and I like say people don't really want to buy a house, but it's so complicated, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people haven't bought a house in Jamaica. But building to me is actually more easier, and if you can find a piece of land and buy it, it's also more affordable and it's quicker for doing it more than people might think. Now, if you have 10 years, excuse me. If you have 10 years to go and say, all right, I have a little change, you can buy a nice little piece of land and you can drop 2 rooms on it. And you can do even 1 room at a time and a little veranda with a back porch or a back, and then you add as you go along. A lot of people don't understand. Say, listen, the way things stay in America, no people in America are living right now and them cannot even afford to pay them mortgage or them rent. But now I say, for everybody now, if we go back to Jamaica, we're coming. I know people make up their mind, and that's okay. Say that's all right. But for the one them I really want to go home and just don't have the knowledge, I feel like, say, them don't know where to do or where to start. Listen, I forget up for a minute you can travel, especially if you can travel. I do know that there's some unfortunate people that cannot travel, but you maybe have a picnic where grow up, come of age, or a mother or a sister or brother where you really can trust. Try it. And cause you remember, you don't really need for dip on the ground at Jamaica anymore for buy anything, to be honest, especially even land. All you need is a lawyer, and there's some real good lawyers out there also. You understand me? And like I said, everybody must think about them future. So if you even know, say, well, things not right with you and it's a possibility, say you might go back to your yard or you have to go back to your yard, why not try to get something, down there? And a lot of people get afraid because they feel like, say, if they go back to Jamaica as them reach by the ground, something not going to happen to them. Baby, everywhere is danger. There America, you have danger. Go to Canada, you have danger. Anywhere, it's dangerous, and it's how you live. And me not say the country areas for everyone now. But right now, town price is off the hook. Finding a piece of land in a town, good luck. You maybe can't find it up in the hills somewhere, up in the far hills, But to be honest, it's very hard. But in the back, like West Side, and I know, so the fun I say St. Elizabeth mashup, but it's not everywhere in St. Elizabeth mashup. And there's a lot of land I don't know about that have not been touched in St. Elizabeth, which is still affordable. And there's a lot of areas that people don't know about right now in St. Elizabeth and Manchester, Mandeville area, where still, people can buy it at a reasonable price. Now, with the building part, a lot of people don't want to go because they feel like, say, everybody are going to rob them. No, that's the reason why a lot of people have not really built anything. It's because they feel, but on a site work, if you, like me said, if you can travel, you can go, you can buy your own material, you can stay there for 2 to 3 weeks and see the foundation go up, back and forth. I see enough people on Instagram are do it, and people not show, people say, yeah, you can do it, you're not have to do it all the time. And listen, you go where your money can reach. You start, you stop. You start, you stop. So what? Now worry about the next man to drop up fee money in less than 2 years or 3 years. If it take you 10 years, at least it's yours. I'm going to tell us something right now. If you can actually own your own place at any time as you get older, and you don't have a mortgage over your head, you're better off, because those are the things that normally show people if you have strokes and all kind of sickness, because you have this big old bill, you get older, you can't manage it. And if you buy a piece of land, and build upon it little by little, and you don't borrow $1, for do it, so you're better off than trying to buy a house and holding a mortgage on it. A lot of people don't know this. In my head, for my thinking is that when me look at my place and me don't borrow $1 against it and me own it, me and my husband, me when I do, I talk all the time in the same video, but yes, I do have a husband where I help me. Matter of fact, him are the main source behind a lot of the things. But me always the upfront. You understand? My husband don't talk much and don't involve much, but when you have a partner that's willing to go all the way with you and the two of them on the same page, it does make it easier. I'm going to tell people that all the time. It always make it easier when you have a loved one. And if, in my case, my husband come from Jamaica, so me get lucky upon a part. You understand me? And not everybody lucky. Some people married to American, a Canadian, I understand that don't want to really go back, but in them heart, them want to go back, but them spouse don't want to. But that don't mean say you're not supposed to try to have something for yourself, because remember, I know if you're not full blown citizen somewhere now and your partner a citizen, that don't make say automatically you're safe, until you become a citizen of that country, and especially if you have situations where might, upon the shaky side where it might get you in some compromising position in a long run if you even make a mistake. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, try to have something in your yard and don't make nobody discouraged and feel like say it's very, it's not achievable. Everything is achievable. Let me tell you something. Everything, you can really get what you want if you just work at it a little bit harder than you think sometimes. Sometimes your mind play tricks by you and you see it and it might say, Lord, it look hard, or too much work. Listen, don't make that deter you from trying. You understand me? And if it's something where you really want, do it. If you come this far in the video, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment.